How to master blueprints, understanding grid lines. Imagine trying to build a house without knowing where the walls or support beams go. It would be chaos. That's why understanding grid lines on blueprints is so important. They act like a map for construction workers, guiding every step of the building process. When you look at a blueprint, you'll see a series of lines running across the plan. These lines are labeled with letters on one side and numbers on the other. For example, you might see a line marked A and another marked 1, 5. Together, they form a grid that helps you find exact locations on the plan quickly. Think of it as a coordinate system, like in a map or a game. These grid lines show where major parts of the building, like walls, columns, and supports, will go. The center of a wall or column lines up with a grid line, making sure everything is in the right spot. This alignment keeps the building's shape accurate and consistent. On the construction site, workers use these grid lines to set out foundations, place columns, and pour concrete. For example, when pouring a concrete footing, they follow the grid intersection point to ensure it's in the right place. Reinforcement bars or rebar are also positioned based on these grid references. This way, the entire structure is connected and supported properly. Communication among architects, engineers, and builders depends heavily on these grid lines. When someone says, "Place the column at B2," everyone knows exactly where that is. It saves time and prevents mistakes. If a grid line is misread or moved without notice, it can cause serious errors, like misplaced walls or supports. That's why mastering grid lines means being able to read and interpret these references quickly and accurately. It's a key skill for site layout, ensuring the building is constructed exactly as planned. Learning to use grid lines effectively bridges the gap between the blueprint and the actual building process. It helps you work faster, communicate clearly, and avoid costly errors. Whether you're a beginner or experienced in construction, understanding grid lines is a fundamental part of mastering blueprints and developing essential construction skills.